Alright guys, so I suppose it's time for another one of my unscripted off-the-cuff review videos because I don't seem to actually plan things out ahead of time most of the time because I guess that's just not what I do. But I ordered a Diphos from Zombie Tools somewhere around 4 months ago. No, not 4 months ago, about 4 weeks ago, sorry. Yeah, 4 weeks and a couple of days ago. And it came in on this most recent Friday, so it ended up being just over 4 weeks wait time for that. But here it is, roughly 3 feet long. Tape measures over there. It's got the leaf profile blade with flat grinds and a fuller on each side. Made out of 1/4 inch thick 5160 spring steel with 1/4 inch aluminum hilt slabs wrapped in leather, just like all Zombie Tools blades. And I must say, this thing, let me see, it balances right about 4 inches, I think, from the front of the hilt. And it swings magnificently. I just love this thing. I mean, for me, it's very hard to beat the beauty of a well-made, double-edged, fullered blade. I'll come show you some close-ups of it. Let's see. Start from the back with the cut-in logo on the pommel there. Interesting thing about this hilt is it's wasted right here near the top, so it's actually very comfortable for one-handed use. It's a little bit heavy for me personally to use one-handed, but I could probably get a little stronger and more used to it and do it fairly well. Got the fullers starting right there. Interesting thing about this is a lot of blades will have a fuller going straight down under whatever they have as a crossguard or a hilt. This one actually stops right in front of it and it's very clean. I'm actually quite impressed with how clean that grind is. And then the bevels with the shiny edge and their acid etched surface finish, which seems to be constantly evolving with time. And that fucking nasty pokey tip. I mean, this thing is just scary pokey. Straight as an arrow, as can be expected. They've got their heat treat pretty well nailed down. And I think it weighs in just over 3 pounds. And of course it comes with the Kydex sheath as usual. This one actually has retention, which I didn't expect. The Ferris Wolf sheath doesn't have any kind of retention on it. It just slides free in and out. But this has little lips right here that grip onto this area. So the sheath won't just fall off. I just got some paracord and rigged it up. But it's a very, when I first saw this sword on their website, I knew that I had to get it because the Diphos, which is the one-handed predecessor to this, was just a beautiful sword. And I handled one at the Blade Show in 2014 and was just blown away by how nice it was. And my usual tendency is to go with two-handed weapons, just because I'm not a terribly strong guy and I'm not terribly big. So, I mean, using a two-handed weapon is just easier for me than using a one-handed weapon. But when they came out with a two-handed Diphos, which is essentially what this is, I mean, I just knew I had to get one, so it was a little bit after the Blade Show that I actually ended up ordering this. But let me see. Yeah, we got some nice vibrations in there. I'm just really happy with it. They come sharp. Now the factory, well, not factory sharpness, but the edge that the guys at Zombie Tools put on their blades is very functionally sharp. It's not like super paper slicingly sharp, but these are swords that are meant for heavy use, which you need some ridiculously good steel to hold a razor edge under the kind of use that these blades are meant for. I mean, these blades are built like tanks, and you don't put a scalpel on a tank. You put a giant cannon, and really this edge is more than functionally sharp for a blade that is meant to be used this way. You could easily slice yourself open on it by accident. They're by no means dull, but I mean, this thing is just, it's really hard for me to put into words just how much I like this sword and just how beautiful it is and how good it feels to use it. I mean, I think I might end up making a dull training version of this, partially to see if I can actually physically do it, and partially so that I can do some actual sparring, sword fighting with a replica of this that will give me a feel for how to actually use the real one if I ever need to, which hopefully I won't have to. I think that's about all I've got to say about this. It's just, it's such a fluid sword, it just wants to move. It just doesn't feel right to hold it still. It needs to flow and be swung. It needs to be wielded. But if you're in the market for a magnificently beautiful sword and you've got the money, you really can't go wrong with a Diphos, or a Xiphos for that matter. I might end up getting one of those in the future. We'll have to see. Anyway, have a great day.